Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Iron Seas. It is your host, your captain, my captain, the ultimate Kahuna. And today I am joined by a beautiful man, a truly beautiful co-host, Mr. A.C Pritchard. He may be backstage and busy right now with his kids, so we're going to remove him. But we have our wonderful guest. And introduce yourself, my man. What would you like everybody to call you? Uh-oh. Are they both busy? That's really funny. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We're going to go like this. And anyway, guys, today we are going to be talking about the original 1970s Dawn of the Dead. Now, I was curious to watch this one, but I always kind of go in with a slight reservation to these older films because some older films, while valuable and worth watching maybe once, the pacing, the camera work, some of a lot of it was developed over time to become better. And I would say in the 1960s, 1970s, a lot of things that I love about film just weren't quite there yet. But what about you, Billy Judd? Hey, how's it going, man? What about you? Did you ever see the original 1970s Dawn of the Dead? Now, one thing I noticed for me was that while I was watching, I'm like, okay, so this movie is fundamental to the zombie kind of subculture and zombie genre as a whole. Because like I recognize all of these things from other zombie things that were obviously doing an imitation. Looks like he has joined us. Hello, my friend.
Hey.
How would you like everybody to address you?
Hi, my name's Robert Van Dusen. You can call me Rob if you like. That's fine. Yeah, I've written a bunch of books recently. I just a few, probably 6-8 months ago or so, I finally finished a omnibus edition of my first three zombie books, my Outbreak series. I basically put them all into one big giant book.
Fantastic, man. And any of those links you have, just send it to us privately, and I'll be sure to share it
Okay.
around. But yeah, no, I like a good zombie story. For me, I suppose a good question for you is like what first got you interested into zombies? Like what was your gateway into zombie kind of
it would
media?
have to be kind of dating myself here a bit, but when I was a kid, there was a show called Monster Vision on TNT.
Oh, okay.
By Joe Bob Briggs. Yeah. And I remember seeing, I'm about 99% certain that's the first time I saw the 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead. You know, with Tony Todd and
the remake, beloved remake.
Yeah, and the thing is, they also showed those movies late at night, and I was probably about 10 or 11, I think, if that, when I saw it. And in the house I grew up in, if you stood in my front yard and you looked about 45 degrees to your left, there was a cemetery. And so like 10-year-old me is sitting there late, at like 11 o'clock at night watching this movie, and I'm watching the screen, and then I'm
zombie potential is right there out the window. Yeah.
And it just kind of like wait.
It got you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, if something like that actually happened, I think I'd be about the first one to know about it, except for maybe my next door neighbors, because they're directly across the street from the cemetery. But
Yeah, no, I'm tracking with you. For me, it's interesting because like for me, zombie movies have always been more of a like they always feel more. It kind of feels like when I was growing up, what was it? Oh shoot! Why am I blanking on? Anyway, it felt more like a problem solving kind of thing than than a true horror film. Like, cause I was never scared when watching a zombie movie. I suppose I could be startled here and again by a good effect, but yeah, no, this movie was made a long time ago, and I was right before you hop back on, I was just discussing how because I hadn't seen this, I didn't realize how much zombie movie lore is entirely inspired by this movie in particular.
Yeah.
Every
It's
video game has a mall, and they all look like the one in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all kind of based on, taking different directions from night, dawn, or day. And
oh yeah.
Personally, I really don't like Day of the Dead that much. It's an okay movie, but
it doesn't float your boat too much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those things because, like, I served in the Army, so I mean, I'm watching like Day of the Dead, and I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what somebody like George Romero thinks Army people are like.
Yeah.
Obviously never met. He's obviously never spoken to one.
It's really funny what it's like. Truth is, I've worked with so many armed people, previous members of like veterans and previous members of the different armed forces. You kind of get a feel for different ones, and like you get to see varieties in personality, but there's always a few constants, and I love when someone is trying to portray like military people and they don't even get the very basic kind of fundamental stuff correct. I'm like there are many kinds of people out there, as many personalities under the sun as you can imagine. Every color in the rainbow, so to say.
Yeah.
But back before the rainbow was a weird thing.
Yeah.
But like these people are like, oh, all these I remember watching this one movie and all these army guys were super like rebellious and like they were questioned everything and they were the most reluctant people to follow orders you'd ever met. And I'm like, that's not been my experience with any of them, actually.
Yeah.
That's quite odd. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you tell me to do something, and if it makes sense, I'll do it. But
But like, there's obviously a limit to that. But
yeah, I mean, it's like I used to tell my guys all the time. Like, why are we? One of them go, "Why are we doing this?" I go, "Dude, don't ask questions too much. You start asking yourself why we're doing this too much, and eventually you'll start talking to yourself in elevators." So
yeah, I had this kid who worked for me on the construction site, and I basically had to teach him like using your brain is a good thing.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to solve puzzles that have been solved for hundreds of years, and you think you're smart enough to suddenly create a new and more efficient way to do something, you're probably just wrong, especially in something like construction. There's a reason we do things. I'm like, you're getting in your own head too much. You need to get out of your head and into the motion of what we're doing. Get into the rhythm of what we're doing, and all those worries you have in your head will fall away. I had to rename that kid. It was a big mess. We renamed him Diesel to give him a little personality and a little toughness. And we got Daniel over here from Whimsyland. And yeah, he runs a great service there, helping people with editing and literary kind of coaching, things of that nature. And AC is back. Hello. I assume the zombie outbreak in your house, Andy, was more closely resembled your son running around and making funny sounds.
Definitely a zombie outbreak going on, but I have it under control for now. Boarded up the windows, destroyed the stairway.
And, and reached from across outside of the screen.
Yeah, yep. You know how it is. But anyway, glad to be here, guys. This is a fun one for me. I love zombies. They're close to my heart.
I like zombies. I think they're an interesting. Yes. I think thematically it's interesting, and I do like the aspects of looking at because a lot of the more interesting parts of a good zombie movie, it's like what happens when society breaks down. Now, zombies are not the only kind of story function kind of way to create that environment, but it's a pretty good one, and it adds an exterior threat, something that you have to worry about besides just the other people. It kind of it narrows the path of the kind of characters and what they can do and how they should operate. Which is why this movie was so frustrating, because the entire film, I'm like, you guys are taking a lot of risks. And you have, like, these people had the least social awareness of anyone in any zombie film I've ever seen. It's like these zombies are the slowest zombies of any, like, zombie fiction I've ever taken in. And these slow zombies almost got them constantly. Ugh, did you guys notice that?
There's just so many of them in a small space. There's, you can only maneuver so much in a mall,
Well, you see, Daniel, it's not an unnecessary risk. That those Hawaiian shirts aren't going to wear themselves, and you see, I had to get them, but but no, this movie is interesting, and the one thing I will without reservation praise this movie for is its humor. The humor was wild in this movie, and it always was so kind of came out of nowhere. It always got me. Very few times did I not laugh at a joke or funny situation that was presented. Even like from the very beginning, it's like the guy's desperate, looking around. The cop is like, do you guys have cigarettes? Nope. We'll ask him, do you have cigarettes? Nope. Take off immediately. All of them light up immediately as soon as they take off. I'm like, that would be how it would be.
Yeah, that always, that made me snicker too, because I can neither confirm nor deny that I have pulled such things myself. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've only. You got a cigarette? Yeah. I'd pull out like a pack, because I'd carry Camel Unfiltereds.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wanted those.
No.
So eventually they stopped asking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a classic trick. You could do Camel wides. You could do like no filter. Like you said, no filters. Yeah, that'd do it. Yeah. A lot of people go straight to Marb Reds for that. Yeah. Same deal. American Spirits. It's just like it's a trick, but it doesn't work on me. I'm just like, oh, looks like I'm bumming
looks like
we're
smoking weird today, boys.
Looks like we're getting weird. Yep. I even saw one dude walk around with Virginia Slims.
Yeah.
Because they want to mark you. They're smoking their normal cigarettes, and then when you ask to bum one, they pull out their Virginia Slims and hand you a grandma cigarette that tastes so terrible.
When I was in high school, the only time I ever smoked was like for maybe four-ish months. Like I didn't realize it was weird at the time, but we were smoking menthols. I'm like, oh, I guess that's what everybody smokes. No, it's not. No. But it was funny to realize my mistake later. Also, I kept on referring to things as blunts because I didn't know like the vernacular. I had no idea what a blunt was at the time, so that was fun as well. Very, very good.
Yeah,
Spliff, great Christian.
Spliff is kind of like that too. Like it can mean several things. Check this out. Oh, I got to remove. Curse you. There it is. There it is. Boom, and we're in. Okay, so I made this poll because I like me some zombies.
Anyone who says bare hands is an animal.
I know. There's no wrong answers here.
I think a spear might be a good way to go. It's effective. It keeps distance. Machete, you got to get close to be effective with machete.
Yeah, all of them have their drawbacks.
Is it one of those like boar spears? It's got the spike.
That would be more helpful.
Let's go the most common variants of all these things. So it's probably like a Tractor Supply spear.
Yeah, like a fish spear then.
Yeah, like just something you'd probably find in like a warehouse, like common modern hunting spear. Maybe the handle.
Hold on, we have to address Daniel. How are you so wrong? Yes, there is spike and spear are the worst options.
He's actually not entirely. He's not entirely wrong about the spear because, like, for as appealing as it is, you can get crowded. The spike also, as much as I'd like to say that's the only correct answer, because it's very effective at going through like a skull, especially if the skull is slightly.
A spike is going to be heavy.
And
if it's a World War I trench knife, then
yeah,
because it's got the knuckle duster and it's got the spiky bit.
You can smash their face with your knuckles.
So close too.
Yep, that's the thing, is how close you got to get. That's the thing with this trench spike, and it's the same thing with the machete. Only machete has all kinds of other drawbacks, like you're getting blood everywhere. So if it's contagious, you're infected. After like a couple zombies with that machete, even if you don't get bit.
That did not appear to have the same effect in this movie, actually, because he got blood all over him a couple of times. And
true.
Yeah,
I'm going zombie survival guide for my logic, personally.
Yeah. Now here's a question for both of you. Since we're talking zombies, do you guys prefer the viral zombies, or do you prefer like cursed zombies, or some sort of like mystical element to the zombies? Which do you guys prefer? Because it's basically two separate genres. They similarities, but there's a lot of different stuff going on there.
Yeah, there's like the voodoo zombies, and then like the viral zombies. The one thing that bugs me about the viral zombies, they're always like, "Oh, we're gonna find a cure," and I'm like,
with the beautiful
Steve's
hard
arm is
light
off
of
and his internals are disturbingly external. I don't think a pill's going to cure that. You know?
It's like, do you feel better, buddy? No.
Yeah. It's like,
also, Aunt Campbell here with the nunchucks and a spin kick. I think that's an effective way. That being said, if it is like $50 for a pack of smokes in Australia is insane.
Wow.
That's one way to decentivize. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's where I live. It's like $15 for a cheap pack of smokes.
I haven't checked in so long. We have a lot of Indian reservations around me, so I know there are cheaper spots to get them, but everything is expensive where I live.
Yeah, and I mean, there's reservations near where I live too. But the thing is, it's like you've got to be very careful, because if I'm trying to remember I'm not sure about it, if this is actually true or not, but like if you go onto a reservation and you buy more than 3 cartons of cigarettes and you'll get pulled over after you leave the reservation, you get jammed up for smuggling untaxed cigarettes. And there's state troopers that sit on the side of the road all day, like constantly. That's like what they do.
Why are people gay? I'm just like, seriously.
Yeah. I heard that. So I double checked with AI the other day, so I don't even know if it's correct, but like I was under the assumption it was very illegal to like bottle rainwater, like gather natural rainwater.
It is illegal in a lot of places, not everywhere.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, man. And it's completely before chat climbs down our throat. Yes, this has to do with zombies. I'm really excited about this. Sorry, I was a little late, guys, but yeah, it's survival skills, right? It's all kinds of stuff. It's post-apocalypse. There's all kinds of stuff. And to answer your question, Kahuna, I can get down with any kind of zombies, though. And I used to kind of like downplay the whole magical zombie thing because it seems the least appealing at first, but then you play a necromancer a couple times in D&D and suddenly, holy crap, magical zombies are pretty cool, because that encapsulates skeletons. The thing with the Dawn of the Dead zombies and even the zombie survival guide zombies, they are on a ticking timer. They rot eventually.
They have rot. You know what I don't like? I don't like viral zombies that do not follow the limitations of flesh and bone. When viral zombies, like science-based zombies, are not scientific anymore, what's the point?
Yeah, or like they evolve and
Well, no, I'm thinking of like the book, not Zombieland, but Christ Almighty. What the movie with Brad Pitt? What was that called?
World War Z. Yeah.
World War Z.
Terrible.
I don't hate the movie, but in the book, the zombies can walk on the ocean floor indefinitely, and I rolled my eyes. I like the book, but like that part, I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Well, they don't breathe
indefinitely because it's so cold down there. They don't rot. There's no oxygen.
There you go. And it's the briny salt water. The only counter to that is if zombies tried to walk across the ocean, they're going to get like picked apart by fish. They're walking feeding tubes, basically. They're just meat bags and probably a little ripe too, if I'm not mistaken. And so, like, I don't know how far they get in the ocean, Kahuna, but yeah, they're gonna probably get all waterlogged and sink down to the bottom. And since they're freaking zombies, they don't need to breathe. They'll just keep moving because they're animated.
Yeah,
and
they'll keep going until they'll
keep going.
They'll rot eventually. They're just stuck down there.
That's zombie survival guide logic. But you also have to put in the other pragmatic thing where sharks are just going to pick them apart or whatever. They're not going to make it very far.
There's a cool idea for zombies in Dresden Files. Actually, there's a lot of cool ideas from the Dresden File books, but one of them, it's not only from this, but it's the one I thought of first. And that is that like the zombies, it's a spell. You have to cast it on the dead. But you have to have a rhythm that you are creating because you are creating a magical heartbeat of energy for them. So whoever casts the zombie spell has to keep up a rhythm of some kind.
I like that.
It limits how many zombies there can be, how far away they can go, and things of that. But it was a really good book, dude. You got to read Dresden if you haven't. AC, it's a great book. Robert, have you ever read? What books do you like to read, man?
Oh, I'm trying to. I'm currently working my way through because I actually got a traumatic brain injury in the Army that keeps me from reading very well most of the time. Audiobooks.
I was going to say, do audiobooks work? I know that can also.
Yeah. But like I'm currently working my way through Black Hawk Down.
Oh, I didn't know that was a book. I should have known.
Yeah, it was a book, and then they made it into a movie.
That's most movies, actually, but people don't realize that.
Yeah. Trying to. I mainly read like a lot of like history stuff, and we'll listen to a lot of history or zombie stuff or what have you. Depends on what because I write and I try to listen to others, get some sources together, get some ideas for inspiration, stuff like
be aware of the genre you're writing in, obviously.
Yeah.
No, I get that, man. Yeah, for me, zombie, I don't know. I have such a hit or miss thing with zombies. I think it's because of my age. I'm vintage 94, so like by the time I'm in middle school, high school, zombies take over media for like 5 to 10 years, maybe 15 years. Everything was zombies. You had the COD zombies, and then Halo had its own version of zombies, and The Walking Dead and Zombieland and all these different things. And some of those things are great.
Robert.
Yeah.
You get a minute. You get a minute of the shirtless song for super chat. We got a $10 super chat here to ditch the shirt from the Kahuna. Let's see what happens here.
So off with the shirts, throw them in a pile. Everybody all together, point them titties to the sky. Ultimate shirtless Kahuna.
Oh man. Oh, hot damn.
And you get the banners.
It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. It's why the people are here. I know Brian's here for this reason. Hey Brian, how you doing? And Andrew Campbell. I love the 80s Hong Kong movies with battling Chinese zombies with kung fu. Yeah. No.
I'm trying to think. I've got one movie on my shelf.
There was one in a theater like called Demon. There was a motorcycle and a mask. Does anyone remember those?
Demons, movies? Yes, I've seen.
Yeah, that movie is kind of kick ass. It's kind of weird. It goes.
There was a sequel too.
Oh really?
I want to say it was Lucio Fulci. No, it was Mario Bava directed those. I want to say. I'm like 90% certain. Don't hold me to that. I always get them confused.
No, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That one was a little different too, because it acted viral, but then it was like they did look more like demons than like zombies.
Yeah.
Even though the rotting flesh and kind of weird stuff going on there.
Yeah, puking fuchsia and yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Dawn of the Dead is kind of indie. Less than $1 million on the budget.
Yeah,
even that back then, that's a small budget. And considering how many extras and all the makeup and the mall and the helicopter, that's a very efficient use of money back then.
Yeah, they actually paid, if you were an extra in the original Dawn of the Dead, you got paid $1, a donut, and a T-shirt.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
They had to go out to the Midwest to get people to sign that deal.
Because the thing is, if you lived in Pittsburgh, where the original Dawn, Night of the Living Dead Dawn was shot, that was the thing. That was the thing to do back in the day, back in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s, was be an extra in a Romero movie, in a Romero zombie movie.
Oh, okay.
Everybody wanted to do it. I mean, like to the point where, like in the movie, in the beginning, where like all the soldiers and the policemen and the cops, and the EMTs and stuff are driving around.
Yeah,
those are all volunteers.
Yep, it's indie. I'm telling you. These are the tricks.
The National Guard. There was an actual National Guard unit that turned up to play the soldiers.
Yeah, and that scene with the farmers, that was a funny scene too. It's like, oh, look at the Hicks. I bet they're having a time of their life. Yeah, they were. They're passing out coffee cups with the army guys, or like, oh, there's one out in the field. Bang.
Not only that, the makeup artist, they got this makeup studio that just kind of, your job is to sit here and make zombies, and they got to have, I got to have fun like making all the wounds and stuff too, and apparently it was especially offensive to the world at the time making this movie.
Why?
Just people eating each other, and
the gore and This wasn't one of the British video nasties, but they did actually have to cut it quite a bit for the UK release.
Speaking of turning, yes, I also turn people, Herman.
Yeah.
I bite them and I make them Hawaiian. They're late to all functions and they just want to sit back and take in the breeze, brah.
On this subject, and I'm going to call dibs on it right now because I'm thinking out loud on the fly. Put a pin in this, AC. I'm going to add it to my story notes here off screen. But wouldn't it be cool if there was like a Dawn of the Dead or like a Walking Dead style zombie thing, but it's fantasy and it's magical zombies, and the source
those things exist.
Yeah.
Okay. Where it's just like gritty, basically just gritty survival, right? That's what it comes down to. Is it's a gritty survival horror movie with zombies as the excuse.
In essence, there are some other there's Kaigan the Damned, and folks, the zombies are it's a magical disease that is resurrected from an iceberg with a bunch of old technology, and they're like, oh, we don't know if we can contain this, but the red fury disease. It's like, I'm reading this later. I'm like, oh, it's just zombies. Okay, got it. Like those books, they have, like, AC, you might like them. They have all the Cthulhu stuff. They have a bunch of like the eldritch gods and the modern like Silver Empire, and then
when you talk about a mysterious, magical, ancient disease, you already have mysterious, magic, and ancient, all in one sentence. This is a very Lovecraftian kind of premise for a zombie outbreak, is an ancient, and I would imagine that whole thing probably does stem from like an old one of that universe,
Yeah, it would make sense. And it's like, oh, I wanted mindless thralls. I thought I could either use leftists in America or I could just create this disease, and they both worked. No. Oh, is your camera frozen again, AC? Or are you just making that fit? Well, hold on, we gotta expand. There we go. There, look at that beautiful face. Oh, he's gonna kill me on Playbit. But holy hot! Oh wait, are you back? No. He's struggling, but yeah. So, Robert, when did you first see this film? Because this is my this is my first time seeing this movie.
I saw it when I was probably way too young to be watching this movie. Because I've been watching horror movies since I was
quite young.
Yeah, I was like 8, 9 years old watching. Like, I'm actually still kind of proud of myself for this. Somehow, like 10-year-old me managed to convince my parents to let me watch the original Predator when it hit basic cable, because I had them convinced it was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
And it was.
It was, technically speaking. But yeah. I mean, yeah.
Just human beings being hunted, no big deal.
Yeah.
I think I felt my I think I felt myself go through puberty watching that movie for the first time. I was like, what was I? Probably 9 or 10, and watched that movie, and my dad's like, prepare for the most masculine thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like,
did it seriously come down to like Rambo and the Predator back then? Was that the two?
Well, there was this whole kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger versus Sylvester Stallone thing, and the fact is they were contemporaries. That like people treated them as a rivalry, and they kind of did, like they were competing box office to box office. They were trying to make movies that would outcompete the other as a form of competition, but they never had any animosity towards each other that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, this the budget was actually, I say less than $1 million, but it was like 650,000. So like $500,000.
Yeah, between 565 and 650K.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is in 1970. What that is in today money, but
people went crazy in Europe, obviously. Yeah. We're not saying you could do the same thing with $500,000. I mean, maybe you could these days because of like availability of makeup and modern tricks with things. But as far as like real military guys and all that, you'd have to talk to the right people, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I'm still kicking myself because I wrote a short story that I published in my Substack that it's Could Be Worse, about a group of National Guard soldiers, and it's set in the universe of my Get Out Alive series.
Okay.
And basically they're in upstate New York. They're trying to get to Fort Drum. And unfortunately, because I-90 runs right across the middle of the state and it's full of traffic,
area is boned.
They can't get across. So they end up running out of gas in this middle of nowhere.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And unfortunately for them, while they're driving around in their nice loud Humvees and 5 tons, a bunch of zombies that are eating their way down I-90 hear that and follow after.
Jesus.
With the result, And I'm just, I'm still kicking myself because I actually used to be I was active duty and then I was a reservist for a while. And if I had wrote the story and come up with the idea when I was still a reservist, I'm probably about 85% certain I could have BS'd my chain of command into turning one of our unit's 2-week trainings into a shooting schedule.
That would have been dope, dude.
Yeah.
They've been accommodating before. I think the unsubscribed guys, didn't the unsubscribed guys, like most of them are veterans. Didn't they do a zombie movie?
I'm not sure.
They did Range 15.
Oh yeah. There you go. Thank
Buffy
you.
did it and stuff. And
yeah,
it's one of those movies I keep meaning to check out, but I just never have gotten around to it.
Yeah, no, that's a ton of fun.
Shout out to Unsubscribe.
We're also joined by Bill McHuiston. We got the whole gang here tonight, guys. How are you guys doing? I'm so happy to see all of you.
You guys ready to talk zombies, chat? Let's talk some zombies.
You guys want to talk about zombies?
So did you catch the symbolism?
Cannibalism without death. But that's
yeah. Why couldn't it be wholesome Christian cannibalism? Because I think this was during the Satanic Panic.
Isn't that just the?
There was 78. That was at the beginning of that, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe a catalyst of some kind.
I don't know. It's just
Because the Bible does say the dead shall walk the earth, right?
Yeah.
The dead shall walk the earth. Hell will empty, and the dead will walk the earth. Anyway, so
I was gonna say, if you're talking about wholesome cannibalism, that's just this is my body, this is my blood.
That's
the most wholesome cannibalism there is.
Catholic cannibalism, that's the best brand. We got symbolism, boys. Did you catch it? Consumerism. Yeah, consumerism. They're in a mall. Zombies. Yeah, zombies in a mall.
Yeah, and a lot of there were this movie. I'll be honest, it was too long. This was too long of a movie for me. I don't mind long movies, but this movie was just a little dry for how long it was. But there were moments when I was like, wow, this is a pretty neat idea. I see why it inspired so many zombie flicks after this. It's the kind of thing you can't, if you remove this movie, you change zombie lore or maybe even eliminate it altogether.
Yeah.
Like zombie media. So I appreciate it for that reason, but on its own, this film, it has some problems, but it does have some moments of brilliance as well. I think some of the effects are really good. I think the blue chalk they slapped on most people was pretty inadequate as far as zombie makeup goes. But
the thing is, that was actually because Tom Savini did all the effects, right? And he was actually going for a grayish tone to the zombies.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it showed up as blue on film, and they just didn't have the budget to go back and fix it.
Were they still using Technicolor in the 70s, like late 70s? When did they stop using Technicolor?
I don't know.
I know they used it in the 60s, and I think maybe they were out of it by the time they.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a weird thing because they were supposed to be gray, and also he was not pleased at all with the color of the blood because it looks too cartoony, and Romero was like, well, we're making a movie that's like a comic book, and he's like, but it doesn't look right.
That's funny that he compared it to comics back then, even when the next spiritual successor was basically The Walking Dead in the form of a graphic novel of all things too. Not even the show. It was before the graphic novel.
I really liked the first season of The Walking Dead when I was in high school, and then season 2 happened, and I figured there's going to be a lot of walking and a lot of thing. I didn't love the characters enough to continue with that show.
I highly encourage anybody listening who does like zombies, or maybe, like you said, liked the Walking Dead show at one point but got disillusioned, you can get an all-in-one, every single volume of The Walking Dead in one book for the graphic novel. And I highly suggest. It is a chunk. Yeah. It's a doorstop, but it's filled with beautiful art. It's all the characters you love, intact, right? Yeah. They're intact, and it's from the author himself. Which I don't know if you guys are aware of this. There's a lot of drama. I'm pretty sure. I don't know the fine details of it, but there was some drama between the author of the original IP of The Walking Dead and the show.
Yeah, well, between season 2 and season 3, they fired the entire creative team. AMC did.
Not good. Not a good sign.
I'm surprised that show survived after that, because that was.
I know, because that's right about where I struck. Call me crazy. I actually kind of liked season 2. I mean, say what you will, John Berthel and I can't.
The guy who plays Rick.
Rick, yeah, they freaking
they are phenomenal.
Nailed that scene in the finale of season 2.
I feel like they were already struggling for new ideas by maybe season 3 or 4.
Yeah,
and the show I didn't like. I think part of it is something I discovered by myself later in life, is that I don't like horror TV shows. I like horror movies because it's like you go there, you watch it, and then it's done. But with a TV show, especially a long running one, you gotta live in it for a while, and I just don't like. I if I'm going to watch a TV show, especially a long running one, it needs to be a place I want to be in some capacity. And with the zombie movie, it just was not working. That one didn't work for me. And yeah, no, people in the comments are pointing out like Skullgrin here. That's a killer mustache, by the way. My ancestors are jealous of that mustache. Yeah. Holy smokes!
Mine too. The Picts. That's all they had. They had just what I don't know what it. Anyway, it's something about warriors, man.
Now that we're done jerking this guy off, let's see.
Yeah.
Slow-paced horror is the most. There were good moments of ambiance in this, but then I think there were maybe too many. That, and then this is a criticism I will not give up. I think the soundtrack was ass. I think it was bad. I did not like the music in this movie.
Oh, Goblin? It's the band that did the soundtrack.
Oh, I had no idea. That's an appropriately named band, but
they also did soundtrack for another movie that is tangentially related to Dawn of the Dead, because it's Zombie, which was marketed as Zombie 2, which was meant to be a sequel to, it was marketed as a sequel to Night of the Living Dead. It has nothing to do with Night of the Living Dead.
But it was marketed that way.
Yes.
Wonder why.
Yeah. Because money.
Yeah, that's always the reason. Isn't it?
But I mean, it's still I still like it. It's still a fun movie. It's, because I actually have all of those, because they're also the video nasties from the UK back in the day, where you'd like actually risk getting arrested if you were caught distributing or owning a copy of a list of these movies. The UK government would put you in jail.
That sounds very UK modern, actually.
It's
like, oh wait, no, never mind. The UK's always been gay. Okay, we're just checking.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead does get an honorable, zombie comedy movies. The few that exist, I really enjoy. I love Shaun of the Dead. I love Zombieland is one of my favorites. It's maybe my favorite zombie piece of media that's like solely zombies.
It's one of those, Zombieland, for me at least, it's one of those movies I loved when it came out, and then I went to rewatch it and I'm like, why did I like this again?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Maybe my sense of humor changed because I hadn't seen it in like 5-10 years, but it's like,
I suppose I like the characters. And then it's also meant to be funny, so it's going to be it's going to push the entertainment value further than it needs to go. And so as long as the humor vibes with you, I think that movie is going to be enjoyable for most people. But again, people's humor changes, except for mine. I think Ace Ventura is still one of the best characters ever written and ever made, and I adore those films, both of them.
I don't know. I haven't seen those since they came. I remember renting that movie from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
That's how old I am.
I remember I would take my bike and ride it 3 or 4 miles to the movie store, rent a movie, and then buy a thing of Toll's, Toll's cookie dough, and I would just eat that on the way home. That way I didn't have to share with my siblings.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a killer time, man.
So
except it wasn't Blockbuster; it was a Hollywood Video. That's it. Yeah.
Eric, punching down at Evalie again. So we got an interesting question from Bill over here. Boom. On a scale of 1 to Zombie Survival Guide, how good was the survivalism? I'm going to say 12. Here's why. We got secure a large defensible structure with multiple resources. They did that in the movie.
Have mobility, have a plan, be adaptable.
They block all ground level entrances immediately. They clear the building room by room as a team, actually, too.
They create strategies and procedures for distracting the zombies.
Yep, they maintain noise discipline and light discipline at night. Very key, because zombies, a lot of them are blind, but they're sensitive to light, right? And warmth and sound. The fire is like crackling, but like, I don't know. They're, simple creatures. They create a hidden self-contained living space, stockpile and inventory everything, maintain multiple escape routes with vehicles. They have, weapon selection and placement. They use the environment as a weapon. They.
What about the guy? What was the name of the pilot? What was his name again?
Flyboy.
Flyboy. Remember when Flyboy was shooting in the pipe room with steel pipes, and every shot would ricochet, and he was shooting at a shadow, not the actual zombie?
Yeah.
My dad and I were about pulling our hair out watching that movie, and my dad don't have that much hair left. It's a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I get you're scared,
it makes sense in the he's it's what people will do that,
I know, but they give the zombies guns at least twice, and the whole time I know it's like we're modern day and we're looking at a movie from 1976 and judging their actions, but like my dad and like, I think we could have cleared this and never had a problem the entire time. And every single time they do anything in this movie, it feels like they're on the verge of disaster because of their incompetence.
Yeah. You kind of want that. It takes away the Mary Sue effect. But yeah, they also thought about sanitation, morale, and there's the don't get greedy rule, with Roger's death.
Yeah. It took him a long time to turn. That was kind of a different thing about this movie too.
You always need a turning scene.
Well, no, at least in the early Romero's movies, it does take a long time. Because, like, in the original Night of the Living Dead, there's the little girl who got bit before the movie starts. It goes on through, like, the entire movie. And then at the very end, she turns.
That was a good turning scene in this movie. I will say that for sure as well. That was effective. Like, they're in the other room with the TV, and they're trying not to listen, and then hoping he doesn't get up, and he's like, man, I'll try not to come back. And then he does. I'm like, okay, that was effective. But like, I think you could have cut out a good 45, 50 minutes out of this movie, and you would lose very little.
Did you watch the link I posted?
I don't know. I just went onto Amazon.
YouTube?
There's several versions, Kahuna.
Yeah, there's like 13 different versions of this movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the one he posted has entire sequences from the cutting room floor edited in, and the goal of the one that he posted was to address what you're saying, to speed it along, to kind of like
No, the version I watched, it drug, dude. Like it was over 2 hours. It was a very
Kahuna's over there like
and that's the thing. I don't mind a slow pace. I don't mind an older movie. I know how pacing works. But in this one,
I've seen the one you're talking about that's like 2 hours and 15 minutes. I've seen that one. I think that's the Cannes cut. I'm not sure.
Like my grandma, she was there. She's like, "Oh, God, or you're watching a movie. Can I watch it?" I'm like, "You can. I think you'll hate it, but come on."
So among the zombie craze, because this movie fundamentally affected the zombie zeitgeist. We'll call it the zombgeist.
Well, it created a huge portion of the culture. Like so much of zombies would not exist without this movie.
But there was already a zombgeist forming around this movie. This movie came out of that, right? And this movie was one of the one of the ones to introduce fast-moving zombies, which the most famous movie in the Zomgeist. I'm gonna love that word. That's my word. I'm coining it here. It's 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. I like that one. It's a rage virus. That one's a rage virus.
They're not zombies, or
which is how they're.
But whatever.
But that's a good example
it makes little to no difference when they're busted through your window. Okay,
Yeah. But I will point out really quick while we're on the subject of 28 Days Later, honorable mention. That is a way of writing it into the lore of the world, right? Like so I want my zombies to run fast and puke in everybody's face. Okay, well that's very easy to do if they're still alive, and it's just like a rage virus because like virus, you get
if it's a virus, the virus wants to propagate itself, so it's going to do
just cause nausea.
Well,
whatever.
I think you're talking about the 2004 remake with the fast zombies, because there are two zombies that don't do the Romero shuffle.
Oh, you're right. Actually, that is the 2004 remake. Yep.
Yeah, they're the two little kids at the beginning.
Yeah.
When they land the helicopter to refuel it.
Yeah, and he's just throwing these kids around the room. It's pretty great.
And those are actually Tom Savini's niece and nephew.
That's great. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Also, Bill, this is so funny. Christian, watch the Snyder cut of Dawn of the Dead. Oh, it's like, what if we took this long movie with a bad plot and we made it twice as long? Snyder, thank you. Anyway, sorry, not this movie, but anyway.
Yeah, and the thing about that little bit that I always kind of suspected, but I wasn't sure until I started doing my usual bit of research for this stream, is that Ken Foree, the guy who played Ben, or not Ben, whatever, Ken Foree there.
Yeah.
He had absolutely no idea that those two kids were going to come running out of that closet at him. So that look of "oh shit" on his face, that's genuine. He had no idea.
That's good.
That's really good.
And a very quick correction. I was actually correct. There is fast-moving zombies introduced in this before the remake. In some scenes, I think you just got to catch them. I didn't. I don't remember them, but I'm gonna have to.
Little kids that actually run.
That's probably what it's referring to, and that's a neat little hint. Like, wait, those kids just ran. Those zombie kids just ran. Does that mean
Night of the Zoopocalypse? Have you guys heard of Zoopocalypse?
I haven't, but that sounds like the animal version of it.
I've heard Zombie. It's a movie with zombie animals at a zoo. I've seen the first one, I think, a long time ago, but
that's a weird one too. Like, there are some movies where they're like, you guys remember when I Am Legend came out and nobody had read the book, so they're like, "Wow, look at these zombies."
Yeah, I read the books because of the movie.
Zombies.
I don't know. I still haven't read that book, but I still prefer it. I've heard it's really good. I've just never got. It's one of those things. I've just never gotten around to it.
It's a novella. If that helps. Yeah, very short.
How do I explain it? For me, the book was fine, had good moments, but it's very, very so wildly different from anything I've ever read before. And first, it's not in the city. Secondly, he's kind of like a hick. But the ending of that book makes the book. I've never seen a book turn itself around in the last 4 pages the way that that book does.
Bro, yeah.
The
Talk about
ending of I
ending.
Am Legend is one of the most iconic endings of a book.
It's legendary. It lives up to its name. I remember thinking that when I closed the book, I was like, "This book has the title."
This book just changed everything in the last 4 pages. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I was like, "Wow, well done, well done." But because the whole time it is this very I'm not saying it's not enjoyable to read, but Robert Neville's life it's a hard life. He's got this
he's trying to fight his own animal urges when he's surrounded by what he perceives as animals, essentially.
Yeah, and he's driven by this mission to exterminate them. Like he's
so
like
it's like survival and also hatred, but then also lust. There's a lot of stuff going on in that book.
Because the vampires know that he's human, and that's and
they're
he's
constantly they're like flashing their skirts, lifting their skirts at him every night.
But bro, that's actually clever foreshadowing because of the last 4 pages, and the whole thing is So if you haven't read it, Rob, check it out. I saw Bill in the chat; he needs to read it.
That was my point. Everybody who watched the movie I Am Legend and didn't read the book is like, oh, look at these zombies. Oh.
Look at those zombies.
What? They never questioned why they catch fire and sunlight. I'm saying people are dumb. That's all.
That's a cool idea, though. Combining vampires with zombies, because
it's kind of it feels like what they kind of did for the movie, because they did make them a little more zombie-like in some ways. But and there are movies where zombies are a bit more capable, or where vampires are a little more dumb, and I'm like, it all reaches back to this idea of why these things are scary to us. It's because it's taking something that looks human and making it fundamentally not human anymore.
Yeah.
And something that looks human but isn't human has always been scary to humanity.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned. And it's also the idea of corruption, something that corrupts, like disease or demonic spirits. However you want to view it, that idea has always been scary to humans as well. It's like the idea of demonic possession. It's a scary idea.
And to add more to that, even the fear of disease, the fear of death, corruption, right? So it's like this corrupted vessel of life. It's no longer living, but it's wearing your mother's face. That's mom zombie approaching you.
It's a monster that looks like my mother.
Exactly. And if it gets close enough, if you don't die, you will get infected and die and become one of them. So it's like now you're forced to, I don't know, fight your mom, even though it isn't. So the whole thing is
jokes on them. I've been fighting my mom the entire time.
Yeah. Brother, best friend, whatever it is.
Real quick, I do need to read this very thirsty comment by Bill. Where did it go? Ah, here. I too feel immense rage and lust for Dami vampire mistresses. Just look at my full. Okay, I'm not reading anymore. But
on that note, there was race commentary. Did you guys catch the race commentary?
Oh, when they said the N-word? Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, no. I missed that. I'm talking about...
Wait, did you
not... the first, 15 minutes there?
Yeah, they tossed it out there. I was like, oh, kind of took me off guard. I wasn't upset. Yeah. I was just like, oh, that surprised me. All right.
Well, aside from them directly tackling it, I'm referring more to Ken Foree's character. He was the first black action hero in horror to survive
until the end,
and unambiguously the most competent character.
Yeah, it was. I also loved that very awkward conversation with the woman, the pregnant lady, or whatever her name was, and she's like, "You said you left some brothers behind." Yeah, were they like real brothers or like street brothers? I'm like, oh,
nice.
Oh, this conversation hurts.
It hurts.
From a different version. I don't remember that one, but
it's really funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel more uncomfortable than I think he does in this scene, and I bet he feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, like that first 15 minutes or so when they're raiding the police are raiding the tenement building. Oh, dude, that hits hard, man.
Oh yeah, the tenement building. Again, that brings me back. Some of the effects are really good. Like when in the earlier scenes, like when the guy takes a bite out of his woman a couple times, I'm like, oh, that's gross. That's really good.
And funny thing, when that woman screamed, that was real. The actor who was playing the zombie was meant to bite part of the prosthetic,
and he bit her instead.
Yeah, he missed part of the prosthetic. So part of that scream, that's real.
Trust me, it did sound pretty real. My wife about bit my thumb off when she was giving birth to my firstborn when we were in the hospital. I don't know why. I put my hand by her face, and so she started biting my thumb. I'm like, ouch. And after a minute, I'm like, this bitch is about to come off. We're about to have a Frodo and Sam, like a Frodo and Smeagol moment here.
A Frodo Smeagol moment.
I start looking around. I'm like,
you guys just gonna let this happen? You guys just gonna watch?
You guys are gonna let. You have to reattach this, right?
Forget the baby. Call the surgeon.
Oh, that hospital was something. Ugh. The anesthesiologist missed 6 times with the epidural.
Ooh.
In a row.
Oh,
we were pleased. Man, I don't remember the last time I was ever that mad at somebody for being incompetent. But I was very, very mad at the time.
Yeah. I mean, I've actually had to have an epidural, and that's not fun. That's not something you want somebody screwing up.
No, because if you miss, you run the risk of A, paralyzed, or B, death. And it's not that big of it's a pretty small window of opportunity there. But I'm curious about, I wonder if the version I watched was worse. It sounds like mine might have been worse.
Yeah, it sounds like the one that you saw was
maybe like the original theatrical release,
right?
No, the original theatrical one was like 90 minutes.
Oh wow! F me, dude. I watched one that was 2 hours, and I could have watched 90 minutes. Actually, no, it might be worse. I think the one I rented,
it's like an hour.
I rented it. I think mine was not. It wasn't 2 hours and 15. It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes, or something like that.
Yeah.
You went into the world.
I watched the entire. I watched all the B-roll.
Everything.
I watched all of it.
You watched the secret sequel attached to it. Yeah. So the guns in the gun store in the mall was real. Every gun was real. You guys
remember when there were gun stores everywhere? I don't, but I like watching movies when you could walk into a mall and buy a pistol.
Every now and then you can find a little flea market or whatever on the side of the road, and there's usually a gun guy there. It's pretty cool.
That
not in Washington.
That gun store that they showed in the film actually isn't in that mall. It's nearby.
Okay.
But they just edited the film in. Cut it so it looks like it's in the mall.
That's cool.
That's nice of them. Also, I love that they had the rule. It's like, don't be greedy, and then those other guys come in and it's like, we're taking everything. We're taking cash, even though there's no value for it anymore.
Yeah.
But,
they're throwing cash into bags. I'm like, what are you gonna burn it? What's your plan?
Literally, yeah.
But one thing that I found doing research, when you're watching the movie, you see the Brown Derby.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bar that you see constantly in the background.
Mm-hmm.
When they were filming the movie in the mall still exists. You can go to the mall, the Monroeville Mall in Pennsylvania, and see it. But
the mall was really cool about closing down for them and everything.
But all the extras, like all the zombies that were extras and stuff, would go into the Brown Derby and get drunk after they'd finish shooting. And apparently it was all fun and games until one night a bunch of them stole a golf cart and crashed it into a marble pillar in the mall, and did $7,000 worth of damage.
Wow.
I've just about gotten kicked out.
$30,000 in today money.
I've gotten kicked out of malls before, man. It doesn't take much. And for them, they're like, we're going to drunk drive a golf cart in a mall.
So the pie
back the next day.
The pie fight with the bikers was 100% real pies thrown at the actors, and many were injured. I
was going to bring up that scene, but continue with your fun facts real quick. Oh no, did he freeze again?
Yeah.
Apparently. Okay, but Yeah, did you notice? Like, I'm watching the movie. I'm like, they're bullying the zombies. I've never seen this before.
And
I'm like, I feel bad for the zombies. They're being rude.
And it's a funny thing. Apparently, that excuse me, that idea for that scene came about because when they were brainstorming Night of the Living Dead, and they're trying to figure out how do we kill the zombies. Apparently, somebody jokingly suggested, "Well, why don't we just hit them with pies?"
And then that made it into this movie.
Yeah, it was put in as a joke in this movie, in the sequel.
Also, AC, we were just talking about,
obviously,
remember when the biker gang was bullying the zombies? Like, that's what they weren't killing them necessarily. They're like laughing at them, throwing pies at them, like tripping them, making them do stupid things. I'm like, you guys are just bullies. What's going on here? Oh, I mean, with zombies as slow as these ones, it makes sense, but damn.
And actually, a lot of the extras who were playing the bikers were actual biker gang. They were an actual biker gang. They were members of the local members of the Pagan Motorcycle Club.
That they kind of they had the look, man.
Yeah, well, because they are. They literally brought their own. They showed
their
up
own
with
gear, their own bikes.
Yep.
Ramiro seems like a guy who's just kind of like, we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna play pretty fast and loose with the rules if you really believe in those kind of things.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's excuse me, geez, but yeah, apparently when they were doing like some of the major stunts, like Tom Savini when he was playing the Blades, the biker with the big mustache and the machete there. When he fell off the
motorcycle,
when he fell off the railing there at the end.
Oh yeah,
he got jacked up pretty good because they didn't have the budget for like professional stunt people.
They just had dudes who like, did it. What if you fell off the railing?
He did. Well, he was
all right.
Well, he was supposed to. He was supposed to fall over the railing. It was part of the stunt. The thing is, because they didn't have professional stunt people on set except for like to do the driving scene.
Mm-hmm.
He missed the crash mat partly and busted up his legs and his back because his torso landed on all the cardboard boxes they had thrown on the floor to catch him. Unfortunately, the rest of him didn't.
Yeah, dude, that's a rough get. Yeah, that sucks, dude. It's like, well, it was like that old Tarantino, like, no, it wasn't Tarantino, but like this older flick with, I think it was Tarantino, but like this woman, she didn't want to do this one stunt, and then he's like bullied her into doing it anyway, and she got messed up, dude. I'm like, it's one thing if I don't know, I do appreciate how like when some of these older films, like you see things and you're like, oh man, that looks so real, and you're like, oh, that's because things went very wrong.
Yeah.
Speaking of real, the blood was real pig's intestines and cow blood mixed with food coloring. And
guys,
did you guys catch the Romero cameo?
I don't actually know what he looks like, so I'm not certain.
There's a Romero cameo.
Yeah, he's one of the zombies. Memories.
He's the TV show director.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He's in the red sweater. For those curious. Yeah.
It was also interesting some of the broadcasts with some of the people, like because it was like active commentary about zombies in general.
Yeah.
I did like some of that as well.
Did you catch the call sign of the TV station?
No, what was it?
Gone.
W gone. World gone. Like the world's gone. We gone.
That was the call sign of the TV station.
Oh, that's fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. I think we're getting to the end of the movie, of the discussion of this particular movie. So We'll do final thoughts and then our score of sink or float. I'll go first this time.
Okay.
I like this movie. I would have really preferred the 90-minute version.
Yeah.
I think it barely. The version I saw would sink. I think the a shorter version would float. So I'm gonna say it floats, but barely for me.
Yeah.
There were things I liked about this movie, but I think I watched a very, very long version of this movie, and it did not do it any favors. So that's me. What about you, AC? Sink or float, and any final thoughts on this film?
Well, I'm gonna say, because of its cultural impact, lack of any source material to corrupt, so it's just like straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. the indie nature of it, like you were just saying in one of the last things we talked about, they didn't have any professionals on set. If that's the case in any field, you're breaching into indie territory, even if it's just like, really high quality indie. So for all these reasons, I need to give it a float, especially with the cultural impact.
Yeah, the zombies would not be the same without this movie. Simple fact.
Yeah, I'm a huge zombie fan. Got to give respect to one of the progenitors,
the OGs.
Yeah. What about you, Rob?
Yeah, I guess I'll give it a float because it's one of my favorite. It's out of the original first three, night, dawn, day. This is my favorite.
Yeah,
it's.
And were those movies all supposed to be meant to be like part of the same universe kind of thing?
Yeah, they're all supposed to take, well, at least like night and dawn are supposed to take place roughly, like dawn is literally like taking place in a different part of Pennsylvania, like hours later. And then they wanted to do some more stuff with, Day of the Dead, but they didn't have the budget. So that's why it's like literally in a mine. The entire movie is shot in a mine.
So real quick, since we got the floats out of the way, let's go ahead and play the clip. We have this little clip here. Check this out, Rob.
Play the clip.
Yeah. That's a good segue into guest territory. Now we talk about you, sir, and what you do, what you create, what you write, what you love.
He enjoys women. He enjoys zombies. He enjoys zombie women.
Yes.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, that last bit there anyway. But yeah, let's see. I write zombie. Written a couple of different zombie fiction books, series. I'm currently, one of my goals. I'm rebuilding my collection of physical media. I'm trying to buy a copy of every single movie that's on the Video Nasties list.
That'll be a feat, man. Some of those are not easy.
I've actually got a lot of them. A bunch of them physically don't exist anymore as physical media. Because
some of those things have been backed up in digital places, but there's a whole bunch of movies, especially older ones, that simply cannot be seen anymore for whatever reason. And it's like some of them aren't even movies. Did you guys ever hear about that woman who gave herself the equivalent of a lobotomy, and she filmed it and she did it to herself while she was
wow. No,
like she went on Joe Rogan. It's weird and fascinating. And maybe like one of the craziest things I've ever heard about. But like Oh, that's only been seen by like one group of people one time, and now it's like you can't watch it anywhere.
Yeah. And I mean, I can see why they would take that off. Talk about a terms of service violation,
But it was like she did it to herself.
Yeah, still, it's
It would be something to watch. Basically, like it involves opening the brain cage and like separate, like how like part of your skull when you're a baby is loose, and that's when your brain is developing. Her theory was that if that was loose again, it would allow more oxygen to permeate the brain and make your brain do certain like perform better, essentially. And that was the whole idea behind it. I'll look it up for you guys before we leave here because it's wild, but
that is pretty wild.
Yeah. Okay.
So Rob, you're like a horror author, and you like zombies, specialize in zombies.
I have a Substack where the month of October I did every month, every day that month I did an article recommending a different horror movie. I just call it my collection of stuff and things because it's like some short stories I've written, movie recommendations. I actually do some kind of unhinged TED Talks about different pieces of military equipment. Yeah, because I'm like, this is cool. It's say what you will about the military-industrial complex. It's more like it's almost like somebody took some of the stuff that I drew in like in a technical drawing class I took when I was in middle school, somehow put it in a time machine and faxed it to the Department of Defense. And then after they did a lot of cocaine about it, they decided to build it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
they're like, you know what? Send it. Just send it.
Or the government spending millions of dollars so that they could psychically kill goats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I'm talking about like the last one I just did a couple of days ago was on the M50 Ontos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's basically like somebody figured out like, hey, we've got this recoilless rifle. It's really good for blowing up tanks, but we've got to like drag it around with a Jeep, and it takes a bunch of guys to set it up. And by that time, the tank is either shooting at them or is left. What if we take a bunch of these and weld it to a tank?
What if we had like 6 or 8 of them and tried that? Yeah. Isn't that basically what they did too?
Yeah, the first version had 4, and then they added 2 more because they're like, this isn't insane enough, so we'll put 2 more on there. And they're like, okay.
Every now and again, the U.S. military be like, man, that's ridiculous. What if we took this idea and just made it bigger and badder?
I'll tell you what, people may not believe in like, what is it, telepathy and interdimensional beings and this kind of stuff, but you know who does? The government. They 100% believe in it. They've dumped a bunch of money on it and they use it. They seriously believe you can remote view, which a lot of people out there say, yeah, I'm a remote viewer and I do this, here's how it's done. And yeah, it's a common belief, but it sounds like science fiction or even fantasy. To just basically you meditate and your mind goes to like the moon or even Mars in some cases. A bunker in Russia,
Well, there's stuff like that all over the Bible. So my mind's never been fully closed off to that kind of stuff. I just think there's a lot about that stuff we don't really understand, and a lot of people say they know things, and I don't think they do. Sorry, go ahead, Robert.
Well, I was just going to say, all I know is that this is going to sound nuts, but I am dead serious. The government has a network of caves throughout the country that contain 1.5 billion pounds of cheese.
Yeah.
This is true. This is all true, actually.
This is true. And it sounds really crazy unless you know about it.
It's so cool.
It sounds like the weirdest lie and conspiracy of all time.
And
it's just not.
It's just like the whole story behind it, and it's like, so it's like, oh, the government would never do this or never do that. I'm like, well, they do have 1.5 billion pounds of cheese in caves.
You can always bring up the cheese. Yeah, you can always just.
So they nothing sounds entirely, because it's like the cheese sounds crazy. It's like there's a lot of I mean, they spend some money on some dumb stuff, but I mean, it's like cheese.
Oh yeah, man! You would think that the government is full on drinking the TikTok Kool-Aid. They just typed in conspiracy in the hashtags, and they're just like, I believe everything. That's what if you look at the government's budget, that's what it would indicate. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just like weird stuff, like when I was active duty in the Army. It blew my mind that like I was an artillery unit. We'd go to the field, we'd come back from the field, and we would fill a dumpster. Like our entire battery would fill a dumpster with completely untouched cases of MREs.
Wow.
Well, those are they don't go bad because they're never good. So there's that.
Well, yeah. No. And the thing is, though, because I went, I'm like to my unit supply sergeant, because finally I'm like, what's going on here? Why do we keep doing this? Because I mean, you could not you could not close the dumpster because there's that many cases of untouched MREs. And he's just like, dude, I gotta throw them out because I've got nowhere to put them. And they keep sending me more. I didn't ask for them. They just keep showing up.
I heard somebody say we should replace food stamps and EBT and SNAP with MREs. And I haven't been able to get that out of my head ever since because it's like, well, they're fed.
Also, animation overload asking the real questions. Why cheese? I'll tell you why. Because during World War II, they wanted to provide ice cream and dairy products to all of their soldiers overseas.
Whoa!
And so the government had to create a network of dairy farms and help them build like the substructure of an entire dairy industry. And once that was over, all of these dairy farms were going to shut down without the government buying all of the milk. But instead of doing that and letting this industry in the U.S. collapse, the U.S. they just said, all right, fine, we'll just we will subsidize the dairy industry until it's able to maintain itself and stay on its feet. And so they just bought milk, which they turned into cheese and kept in cold storage. And that just built over presidency and presidency, over term and term and term, until you get like the millions of pounds worth of cheese we have all over the U.S. now. It's insane.
That is way stupider than what I was guessing. Because
what were you guessing?
My guess gives the government way too much credit.
I almost spurt that out of my nose.
I was like, well, from a logical perspective, cheese, like, when's it going to go bad? And if you encase it in wax, like you do when you store cheese, and then put it in like an underground stone, pack it in salt, whatever you got to do in that like absolutely zero moisture environment, whatever it is, then it's like, well, like, yeah, I could see cheese lasting like, I think they still dig cheese out of like tombs and shit. You know what I'm saying? They still dig up old cheese.
No, it's actually inefficiency and government waste that has created this giant problem.
Way worse than what I was thinking. I was thinking the opposite. Like, well, in the event that the world dies, we can feed our entire population. It's like,
although it wasn't for nothing, because the dairy industry is doing fine.
And what I said is still true.
They saved his Domino's. They said, hey, we can't give you a tax break, but what if we just gave you all the cheese you would ever need? for free.
Domino's, yeah. That's
yes,
good.
Domino's was going under, and this saved them.
That's amazing. American made.
And it's behind the Got Milk campaign.
Yeah. Remember when we were kids, Got Milk? I remember that crap.
Yeah.
There was milk and cheese at in all government schools and all public schools.
It won't be the American bread. It won't be a bread line in if our government ever collapses. It's going to be cheese lines.
A giant tit.
Or
cheese lines.
Or
I'm telling you, cheese lines. Get your cheese ticket.
Or I got to give credit to the YouTuber Fat Electrician on this one, because this is where I heard it. It's a not small chance that one of these cheese bunkers is mistaken for an important government facility, and in the event of World War III, gets nuked by Russia.
And
so a bunch of people would get buried under a wave of radioactive knockout cheese.
Liquid cheese, dude. Yeah. And then, and then their organic matter. So we can go sci-fi with this too. Their organic matter would fuse with the cheese, and it would create nuclear zombies that are made out of cheese. Yes.
Or like Clayface from the Batman the Animated Series.
You got it. You know
also,
what I'm saying.
Also, AO calling our nice quotes in every stream. I give the government too much credit. AC. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
your face was great though, because I told you the story and you're like, oh, this is.
It's so much more.
I believed in them briefly.
We all want to believe in.
It's
the powers.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's, because, I've worked, in the Army, various government sort of jobs and stuff, nothing important, just cleaning and shit. And, it's for school districts and stuff. Everybody thinks the government's so it's no, it's just a lot of very dumb people who are protected from the consequences of their bad decisions.
You know how hard it is to fire somebody who works a government job?
Yeah, they're just
it's impossible. They can be horrible at their job.
The equivalent of being fired is go home. You're dishonored. Go home. What happens? I dishonor you. Go. Yeah, and it's okay, that's one of the entry level punishments, I guess.
A buddy of mine, he's the son of my dad's best friend. He started working for a local parks department around here, and in 3 days, he figured out a way to completely eliminate his job and everybody else's job without impacting anything at all. And it could have saved them millions of dollars.
Wow.
Not paying every single person in his position across every department with a very small change. And they told him to stick it where the sun don't shine, essentially.
Yeah,
what were you going to say, Rob?
Because I used to clean for my local school district. And my supervisor had been around for 30 years or more. And it's one of those things where I couldn't even be mad. Because this guy had been around for so long that over the summer, he could take off every Monday and every Friday. All summer long, because he just had so much sick time and stuff. And he would also take off all of the breaks, like Christmas, whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there was one toilet in my area that I had to clean. It broke. And I'd be like, hey, this toilet is broken. You can fix it. And he's like, oh, I'll fix it on break. Well, he'd go on vacation over break. So the toilet never got fixed.
And that's just how it went.
The toilet was broken for a year and a half.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. Yeah.
I'm like, I can't even be mad. That's just, I heard something. Gaming the system is, kind of brilliant. I can't get mad at that,
Yeah, I heard something. Crazy conspiracy aside here, I heard something the other day about how they've designed the inefficiency, or maybe not designed it, but maintained the archaic inefficiency of certain aspects of our life, so that we come screaming for the surveillance state and the Big Brother 1984 shit when it rolls out. We beg for it because it'll be such a sweet relief from the inefficiency of like the DMV and like what you're describing, like just the painful dry, like that bathroom will never be fixed, but it is on paper already fixed, right? Like it's like, okay.
No, because the thing is, because he'd actually have to go fix it.
Yeah.
Because he'd have, well, he'd always say, because, I can't do it during the school, during when the kids are here, because he worked during the day. And so he'd say, I'll do it at break. Well, he's not there. He's taking vacation. And nobody else was around to say, his boss wasn't looking over his shoulder going, you got to fix that?
Yep.
So there was nobody looking over his shoulder to make sure he actually fixed it. So,
but like in a weird profane way, it does kind of make sense, because it's like, yeah, I want to set cameras up in my house, because it's like, what if somebody breaks in and bad stuff happens? It's like, yeah, put them all around the house too, on the outside. Yeah, because like, what if somebody comes in and steals something? Like, and like, yeah, put them on every traffic light, because what if a car accident happens? Yeah, put them dash cam in my car, connect it to Wi-Fi every second. Because
that's just a slippery slope, because then you'll have cars that's like, you have a suspended license, you're not allowed to drive this vehicle anymore. And in fact, since you attempted to drive with a suspended license, the car will now drive you directly to the police station.
Yep. Don't resist. Yep. Yep.
Well, they actually did have, at least here in New York State, they actually did have the traffic cameras, the stoplight cameras and stuff.
Yep.
And they actually had to take them down.
Good.
Yeah, because a whole bunch of those are corrupt and lying too.
Yeah.
It's like they're issuing tickets that are not legit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I got digged by one because I had gone like 6 inches over the line at the intersection.
So they were technically getting people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to give like leeway or something. I don't even know. But even with that leeway, then you would get weird mistakes happening then too. So it's like you either have to like start getting people for that 6 inches like you're talking about, or figure something.
And the thing was too, it was also like absolutely pouring down rain, so I couldn't physically see the line on the pavement.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh shoot, there's an intersection here. I slam on the brakes and I just see the camera light flash. I'm like, well, you got me now. So,
well, how's this for digital ID, right? Like, they'll push that and they'll be like, oh, look how easy it is. Everything's just connected. Amazon will get here before you even think about it. Just sign up.
I struggle more with that one from the
it's terrible. Yeah.
I don't like it, but on the other hand, like I understand, it's like if someone does something shady, it would be a way for people to be held accountable. But then so much crap you see online is fake, and that's getting worse every day, and I don't like that at all.
That's how they'll sell it to you too, Kahuna. They'll be like,
I know, man.
Just imagine no more anonymity online. Like, yeah, you can still have a screen name, but we'll get all the weirdos. Don't you want to sign up? And then you're like, yeah, sure. And then you're like, they're like, gotcha. You said this on the Iron Seas podcast in 2024. You don't have an ID anymore, Kahuna. You don't exist. You're not a part of society. It's Black Mirror now. You're now a zombie. Right, Rob?
African American mirror. Thank you.
Oh yes, African American mirror. Sorry. But yeah, that sounds a lot like Mark of the Beast shit, guys. Not gonna lie. It sounds like it. It's like, oh, you can't participate in society or trade. Really, guys? Are you just trying to is it them reading the Bible and then trying to make it come true, or is it like prophecy coming true? It's hard to tell sometimes.
True. AC, things are more reported now than ever.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's reported accurately, but the world is going to have to be a lot worse than what it is now before any kind of rapture.
It would say the days of Noah. It would be like the days of Noah, it says.
Yeah, and people who are saying this is the worst time in history, need to pick up a history book.
Yeah. 536 is pretty universally recognized as like the worst year in history.
Lay it on us, Rob. Tell us about it.
Let's see. I'm strictly going off memory here, but there was a massive volcanic eruption. That caused worldwide famine.
Oh fuck, dude! Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
The sun went out too, right? Like
there was no sun. That was what it literally dimmed the sun, and there was everybody started fighting at each other, and
God just flicked to the dimmer switch down way lower than normal. Ooh.
Yeah, he's he got moody. He's like, I need to let these guys just chill real hard for a little bit. And then he like walked away. It comes back with a sandwich. Oh shit, I forgot. Turns it back. Sorry guys. Walks away. Like some fish or something, like oops.
Yeah, it's like a massive volcanic eruption happened. There were plagues. I'm strictly going off memory here, but yeah, it's generally considered to be in all of human history that we know about, the single worst year to be alive.
What was it? 530 what?
536, if memory serves.
Okay, I'm looking into it real quick.
Yeah, there was plagues. There were, like
we were checking in with Billy in the hood, and turns out it was not all good in the hood. Yeah, 536.
It was in fact not good in the hood. So I'm going to share this, and we can just behold together, shall we?
I'll also send one of us a link there, my man, so we can share your books.
I did on the Twitters.
I posted. I actually went and hunted down his link and posted it in the chat and in the descriptions. Okay. So actually, while we're having this talk, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out his stuff in the description. All of our stuff is down there.
Click like and subscribe if you want some more Kahuna nipples in your feed.
Here he is, just by memory, being all correct and stuff about this worst year ever. So let's learn together, guys. Let's see. Oh my God. Okay, so it's the worst single year in human history, primarily because of a perfect storm of catastrophic events that plunged much of the world into darkness, famine, and societal collapse. I'm sure there may have been worse years, like there's a bottleneck of human population in the record. That kind of shows that we were either hunted to near extinction, or
another volcanic eruption,
something like that. Yeah. So anyway, this happened. Dust veil of 536. In late 535, a colossal volcanic eruption in Iceland or Central North America. Oh, Yellowstone, really? Yellowstone went off. And it was the worst year. Oh my God! Blasted enormous amounts of acid. Iceland. Why Iceland though? Is there like a big volcano in Iceland, guys?
It's all
volcanoes.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Iceland actually jacked everybody's stuff up there pretty good in Europe for a couple of weeks. About 15 years ago. Yeah, like all air travel.
Oh hey, look who's joined us. Hello.
What up?
I forgot you were going to join us. So did you watch the 44-minute version of the movie or the 2-hour and 40-minute version I watched?
I actually did not get to watch it this time. So I'm behind the curve here.
It's a classic though, Dawn of the Dead.
I've seen it. Yeah. But I did not get to rewatch it.
Boys, blue sunlight. Sunlight. Right now, Christman, we're looking at the worst year in human history. Really quick before
Sounds like a narcotic I could get invested in.
Dude, blue sunlight? What? Jarrod, what sink or float on the old zombie movie this week?
Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, Dawn of the Dead, OG? Floats. It floats.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah,
I am filled with deep regrets that I watched the almost 3-hour version of that movie.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I think, and
it's so long.
I think that's the Cannes cut because there was one version I think that they actually submitted to the Cannes Film Festival. If memory serves.
It's like Jared's going to be releasing a Snyder cut version of Ballad of Missouri Bill. It's 4 hours, except it's all just the behind the scenes, like screaming, trying to figure things out.
Four and a half hours.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely. You get to see all the outtakes. It's the movie as it was originally intended.
Guys, I'm getting chills reading about this year. So we were talking about terrible times to be alive, and our guest Rob brought up the year. What was it? 536. And oh man, it sounds so mad.
It sounds like a chapter of Berserk is what it sounds like.
I want to name. I legitimately want to name a song 536. Like, go at it, right? But like, so, guys, this is what I'm talking about. By there's no better inspiration than real life. Like, just the very quick details. The dimmed sun casts no shadow even at noon. There's blue sunlight and persistent fog across Europe and the Middle East and parts of Asia. That is like already a fantasy setting. You know what I'm saying?
It's good like stuff. I was born in the year the sun did not shine its light.
You know, it's like the long winter in A Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Remember when the long night in the show was literally one night and it wasn't that long?
I hope they like.
Thanks for reminding me that happened.
Yeah, don't talk about the show, man. Come on.
Yeah. I hope they like decanonize that in some way. I hope that just like gets even more shamed. But like the actors don't deserve it, so I'm a little torn on it.
Well, I'm just hoping they do justice.
Everybody's mad at the writers, not the actors.
A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm very excited. I believe they can do it. They've done halfway good on House of the Dragon. They're hit or miss. Some of it's really good.
They'll figure it out, Kahuna.
I don't care. I'm not watching.
Yeah, dude. I'm with you, dude. I'm completely apathetic to the entire universe now.
You can go on YouTube and just watch a supercut of every single scene that has a dragon in it, and I'm sure it's there. I'm sure somebody made a supercut of that. And then there's House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
But like, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is probably going to be good. Actually, wholesome.
Have you guys read the comic or read the?
I've read the books. I've read the stories. Yeah, we'll listen to them.
Well, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. It's like the one version of A Song of Ice and Fire that Justin would read or Evalie would like. It's actually a cool dude just being cool mostly.
Yeah, he's a nice guy who's
like he's an actual heroic figure in this very dour universe.
Right. Let's compare. Like, if you compare it, it's like instead of like a character like Theon Greyjoy accidentally doing weird stuff with his sister, you have this dude who's famous for being too tall. The first scene is him digging a grave. And that's how it starts, man. And he just gets the armor and sword from like his master, and he's just like nobody. He is like a piece of crap nobody, just honest.
Not even a hedge knight. He's a fake hedge knight, which is already not great.
And you compare that to like Theon doing stuff with his sister. When girls hit on this guy, he like blushes and doesn't know what to say. He's like very honest and like, you know, honorable.
He's like, basically a homeschool kid.
Somebody's mean to a woman in front of him, he gets angry and like acts exactly like the character you're probably imagining in your head would, based on all the other details. It's fantastic stuff.
The snot out of him.
And he's a good mentor for the little Targaryen kid. He's
and I'm not going to spoil it, but the consequence of what happens in the end of the first part, insane.
But doesn't the whole thing, granted, George may have, I don't know if George has finished this one or not, because he does not have a good record for finishing, but doesn't this whole thing like end horribly?
Oh yes, it does.
It does, yeah. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, Jared's got us on that. He hasn't finished it, but it does end in Summer Hall, which is like another one of the important historical. What looks like, if you look at the conspiracy side of things, another like alchemical ritual with the Targaryens, but it was supposed to just be a big fire. So it's one of those two things. Like,
shut up, George. Just
shut up, George. Yeah, shut up. Just give us the wholesome night.
Unlike George R. Martin, I always finish. What?
Yeah.
Unlike George, I always finish. Yeah. The plague of Justinian.
And George does not. No.
Guys, the plague of Justinian. You know what that's also known as? The Black Plague. I'm pretty sure. It's like the first whispers of that, right? Isn't it?
No, that's very culturally insensitive. We can't call it that anymore.
The plague,
the plague of Justinian, if memory serves,
right here, the bubonic plague.
Well, first plague, I mean,
I
don't know, because
they shouldn't have been bathing with rats.
The bubonic plague started in China.
Yeah.
But at least like the one that jacked everybody's stuff up in the Middle Ages, that was from China. So I don't know, maybe. But,
wait, hold on. What year was it? I keep forgetting the year. 36.
536.
Okay, so it set the stage for
because everybody was sick and everybody was malnourished and
Yup. Oh, that's so brutal, guys. That's so brutal. So it's like, what if you just maintain that aesthetic with the fog, the blue light, and all that, and then you just add the plague? Suddenly, we have a zombie movie that's forming, right?
According to that, there was two. That was the first time the bubonic plague came around.
Yeah,
and it was deadlier the first time than it was the second time. That's nuts.
I believe it.
So, as far as years go, this is a pretty bad year.
Yeah,
not great. Not great.
Just this word right here, guys. Just these two words: endless war. It was like
collapse and endless war.
It was like Warhammer 40K. That's what it was.
It's like I'm gonna go into the wiki page and edit a galaxy in flames.
The climate disaster crippled recovery for the already exhausting wars. Oh my goodness, dude. So it's like they're like, we're exhausted from war, and then this happens, and they're like, well, we ain't recovering now.
Yeah.
It sucks, dude. It shows mass abandonment of farms in Scandinavia. Ouch, dude. Oh my goodness.
It's like when they took Farmville off of Facebook.
Yeah.
Slightly different.
The Fimble winter? Oh my goodness. 3-year winter.
Okay, we need to move on because AC's getting bricked up.
Down the hole.
Oh man.
He's in the hole. What?
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just do this. We'll do that. Get that. I'm clicking it up. Thanks.
You're like a dog with a bone, man. It's like, no, not right now.
Can't help it.
Leave it. Leave it.
Jared, you were getting ideas for your book.
Oh, always collecting ideas, man. But Jared, since you're kind of late to the party, like how do you have a great love for zombie fiction and books and movies and TV shows and such? Where do zombies enter into your zeitgeist?
Like, I don't know. I'm because I don't know how much. I don't know how common my sentiment is where it comes to zombies. I like zombies movies were just kind of their own thing, and I thought it was cool. They were like whatever. I never really cared. However, when Shaun of the Dead came out, I was like, this may be really my favorite zombie movie ever made.
It's a very fun movie.
To this day, it still is. Like, because I had just never seen that done to blend like a boy, like
dry coming British of age, humor.
Dry British humor, like romantic comedy set against the backdrop of a zombie apocalypse, and it's just so good. So yeah, I
love when the zombie dad turns down the music. I died when that happened.
Yes. He was my dad, but he's not anymore. That's not my dad. Click. Shall we move? Shall we be on?
Yeah.
There is something about zombies that lends itself to comedy. It has to be the human-like aspect. It's that same thing that you were saying, Kahuna, where things get close to human. It disturbs us, but at that same time, I think there's that. It's that
there's
fertile
comedy in that as well.
Yeah.
No, but I've realized my tastes for people who are really into zombies, like they don't really appreciate, or like my tastes do not align with their tastes. Like
I'm pretty. I explained earlier. I'm fairly hit or miss with zombie stuff.
Yeah.
It can be good, but I think it's like rap music. There's a lot of bad.
I personally liked World War Z, but I know a lot of people like really into zombies that just hate that movie.
It's also way drastically different than the book that it's based on.
Yeah. It is so different. It might as well have been its own thing.
Yeah.
It shared a name, but very little else.
Yeah.
They use the name as a springboard, 100%.
Yeah.
But
it's a great name. World War Z. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's a
well, they
great
even
name
got
for
the. I remember the marketing, and they even got the freaking, because I'm a huge fan of the author. He wrote the Zombie Survival Guide.
Mm-hmm.
Huge fan of him. They pulled him out like Weekend at Bernie's and got him to say, it's a great movie, which led everybody to believe ahead of time that it was accurate to the source material. So everybody was expecting
the whole thing. Yeah,
everybody's expecting Zombie Survival Guide the movie, and they get that.
What were the biggest changes in that one? Because I never read that book.
Everything.
The book was an anthology of different stories from around the globe at entirely different points before, during, and after the outbreak.
Okay.
It's like a collection of stories. It's like them trying to remember and all this. Like by the time like the book is written and compiled, it's like, oh, it's been over for a long time, and these are just stories we collected from different people from.
Oh, geez.
There's
way different.
It's completely different in every way. That being said, Brad Pitt is a good actor. Not his best role, but it doesn't when you're as good of an actor as Brad, like I feel like he doesn't get talked about enough as an actor, because like any role he's in, he just becomes.
Yeah.
And he's just I've never seen him act poorly.
No, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
My favorite scene in that one was when the whole sequence where freaking Capaldi, where he was in England in that like secret research base, and had to go down into the
He was a doctor at the Who.
Yes, yeah.
Peter Capaldi.
Yes.
You see what they did there?
I did love when they had like this guy. He's a genius. He understands diseases. He thinks he knows what's going on here, and he knows a way to defeat them. And then he domes himself because he has bad trigger discipline immediately in the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, I'm probably not a good one to like really critique the finer points of zombie movies.
There you go. Also, being Mel Brooks' son is a great boon. It's a great boon.
What'd you say, Robert?
I've got my copy of the Zombie Survival Guide in the other room too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, Robert, what do you want to tell us about your zombie books? Like, what kind of zombies are they, and like what is the main focus of the story? Is it more like post-apocalypse kind of thing? Like, what's your deal?
I wrote two different series. No, different. I don't know what you call them, but there's zombies in them, but they're two different series of zombie books. Okay. If you follow me.
Yeah.
Like the one, my Outbreak series, that's probably one. It's actually probably my favorite, but it's basic. It's got more like viral zombies, and the start of the book, one of my main character, well, one of my main characters, she's an Air Force reservist. She's just got home from like a few months, like a month or so before the start of the book. She's just returned from a deployment overseas. And so, she's like kind of trying to, still kind of trying to figure out how to like act normal. And then all of a sudden she gets a call like, hey, get to the airfield. What's going on? You'll find out when you get here. And eventually everything goes wrong. And she's kind of looking around, like, she's like an E4, senior airman. I was in the Army. I had to actually talk to my Air Force buddies about stuff like this, but she's like an E4, and eventually she's like looking kind of like everything that could possibly go wrong goes wrong, and then she's like looking around like, oh crap, I'm in charge. I'm in charge.
Suddenly you have a promotion. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah. Looks like it's just you and me then. Okay. Yeah. And I don't actually know how much longer I'm going to be able to stay on because my laptop battery is going to die in about 50 minutes. But yeah.
So is she I mean, you say she's in charge, so I'm assuming there's like a collection of people around her.
Yeah, like she ends up running into like a Marine Corps, Marine Corps reservist, and there's a couple of civilians, and she's like, yeah, it's like, oh crap. I'm in charge here. What's going on? Oh, this is bad. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I ran away for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Kahuna is me again. I was gonna say, are we still talking World War Z?
No, we're talking about his stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
The main thing I was gonna say about the World War Z as far as changes, Jarrod, that I didn't get a chance to say is, I think they have them fast moving in the movie, and like in this they might be. Yeah, they'll run out of stamina. Depends on their muscles. Yeah. But anyway, continue.
Yeah. Kind of lost track of what.
Oh, you're sorry.
So she ran into the
like they're at first they're like just because I call it the first book in the series is Outbreak Boston because like they're in Massachusetts they're like okay well we've got to go. There's rioting in Boston. They get there and they're like, no, wait, now we're going to try to quarantine Boston. And she's like, I just literally just came from there. Or I don't think this is going to work. And I mean, just everything that possibly could go wrong does go wrong. And they end up trying to get out of the city. And I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm trying to explain it, and I don't want to give spoilers, but like it's a lot less like it's closer to like almost like The Walking Dead. It has more to do with like the characters rather than yes, sure. There's zombies, there's guts, and there's explosions, and
Hey,
hi there.
But yeah, it's like more focused on like the people though, and like maybe politics, social stuff.
So, there's all kinds of like problems in the group because I'm trying to avoid spoilers again. But like people do, and like they end up at the Air Force base where
spoilers. Sorry, go ahead.
Came from, and like I keep wanting to do like a spin-off of the series because stuff happens at this Air Force base that is atrocious, and it kind of leaves. I'm still kind of leaves like a plot point kind of hanging,
Yeah.
That I don't really deal with in the entire rest of the series very much, but I definitely should have.
So they're out there. There's a bunch of feral people outside. They're like,
Yeah.
what are they? Are they zombies? No, worse. They're Venezuelans. No,
well, it's like like the ones the scene I'm actually talking about.
Yeah.
Hello. But the bit I'm actually talking about, I actually, because I thoroughly researched stuff, and let's just say I learned way more than any healthy person should probably know about how concentration camps in World War II were run. But,
efficiently.
Some light reading.
Yes, it was a very German genocide. We'll say that much.
Very German, yeah. Oh my gosh.
How German was it? Very, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the engine of a Volkswagen? Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, it's but like there's people trying to come into the base because they're like, oh, it's going to be safe here, and they're trying to screen people, and they can't. Like, oh, this, we think this person got bit, so we're going to send them off to this, basically because the character is security forces, like a Air Force military police, basically.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, cool. You know how to do stuff at the gatehouse. Well, that's going to be your job. And things go so bad.
Yeah. In these situations, they often do because
they see a Latino woman scantily dressed. Well, there's a job for you. Come on in. No. Free pass.
Well, because like they got.
Yeah, you literally Kahuna. Yeah.
And it's like basically like, okay, we're going to put people in the guardhouse, and then we're going to ship them off to the hospital and do something with them there. And the trucks never come. So, like, a couple of buses come, and then all of a sudden the buses stop coming. But the people keep coming, the cells keep filling up, and they got to do something with these people. And she kind of notices that eventually, like, they put a bunch of people on a truck, and they're supposed to be driving to this hospital that's a few hours away. Normally, they're back in 45 minutes, and there's no people on the truck.
They all have the sniffles, and they're not coming back. We sent them to a farm. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, some very
the
bad
farm.
Stuff. Yeah, and it actually. Like,
so Robert, I have a question. As a zombie connoisseur, what are your thoughts on the stories that have the multi variety of zombie types?
Oh, like the special infected, or Oh, like this one screams and this one's full.
Yeah. What was the Xbox game? You remember the Xbox game that was like
Left 4 Dead?
Left 4 Dead. They had like
Left 4 Dead,
State of Decay, or
the poppers and spitters and all that stuff.
The witch, the freaking witch. Yeah, dude.
I get it for like a video game. You gotta have like because it'll just get boring after a little while.
Yeah.
But I mean, stuff like it's like eventually it's just like you just should have ended if you're going to be telling like a regular like The Walking Dead had like, oh,
I was just gonna say
the zombies ceased to matter after a while.
Land of the Dead. Oh, the zombies are evolving, and it's like just stop.
Well, with The Walking Dead, the end result. I think the writer of The Walking Dead actually was wrestling with what you're talking about for a really long time, trying to keep it going. He really struck oil with the whole tribalism thing. As soon as it became a story about human tribes, like we've been kind of reduced to the Stone Age in a way, it became like this very interesting urban fantasy setting based on survival.
That only works if you really like the characters. That's the key, though.
Exactly. And so what ended up happening is the show started bastardizing the characters and kind of overshadowing the book, and in a lot of ways, like corrupting it and stuff. And I think he was wrestling with what you're saying is you need to end it, because I think that Walking Dead is actually one of those that is right there with like any mutations are going to be very subtle. It's not going to be like a bloater, or it's not going to be like a witch. You know, it's not going to be like any of these from The Last of Us.
28 years later. Why are there giant men with huge dongs that called alpha zombies now? We don't know.
That's always the dongs, man.
Some French guy's like, it's autistic.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen that one yet. I don't really want to, but
I gotta see it still too. Yeah, but
I never cared for it. I'm content only hearing about the dog secondhand.
Yeah, I can do without that too. You know, there's only so much.
Well, the end result, the whole thing I was trying to say, the end result of The Walking Dead was actually that zombies became so meaningless that people started viewing them as like property. Like that's how the last surprise death of The Walking Dead was the story itself, because they got to the end of an arc. He did a time jump, pretending like he's going to start a new arc, but it was secretly, or not so, it was secretly the last issue of the comic. He ended it. He's like, here's the new arc. Just kidding, it's the end. And it was a time jump. Carl, who dies on the show, still alive. Old man Carl. Fast forward. Old man Carl. Michonne's a judge. Or maybe it was Old Man Rick. I can't remember who it was.
No, it was because
this is from memory.
I think Rick dies and it ends with his death. If I'm not.
Well, my whole point is zombies are property, and Carl is he gets in trouble, or whoever the character is gets in trouble for killing one, which is what the whole story's about. So like now it's kind of the whole thing has been normalized, right? And that's what you get if you don't have mutations, right? Like you said, eventually you got to end it, or some sort of stabilization needs to happen, whether it's humans literally go extinct or we don't, right? One of those two things.
It's also this idea that every story must continue while it is profitable. Mm-hmm. And I hate that idea, because stories should have a good natural ending. And you can always tell when a series was planned from the beginning, because it ends, and if it's done properly, it's satisfying. Like, I always jerk off this series, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, 64 episodes, perfect show.
Good show.
Has beginning, middle, more middle, end. Perfect.
Most 3-act structures are going to have those 4 parts, even though it's called 3-act, because the middle part is actually 2.
Yeah, or it'll be more like a 5-act if you break it down further. But
also, it's one of the few animes I've ever seen where the protagonist beats up the antagonist with the courtyard.
Yeah.
He literally beats him with the courtyard.
Oh, that show is perfect. Like, when people talk about shows that are good, like, not even just anime, as far as shows go, it's hard for me to pick one that I like personally better than that one. It's just a good show. And like my oldest, I think, is at an age like he'll be 9 here in February, like similar to Jarrod's son. I'm like, I think he's old enough. I think he could probably. I don't know, Jarrod. Have you seen it?
I've not seen Brotherhood.
It's one of the best shows ever made. Not anime shows. Period.
There's some pretty dark themes, I would say. Like, so there's gluttony.
There is some dark.
Gluttony definitely doesn't just allude to cannibalism. That's just as much. There's like lust, like it's the deadly sins. There's
human sacrifice, but a lot of it is tied to biblical ideas too. So
you're right. Right.
It's right on the edge there.
There's
I might let him watch it this year. I'll think about it.
Some guy turning his daughter into a talking dog.
Oh, that's dark, but I think a kid that might go over a kid's head. In some ways. Compare it. Yeah, you're right. The dog is different now.
It talks, Andy.
Dang it, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, wow. This Chimera is amazing.
It would stick
Brother
with
Ed. I'm like,
all dogs go to heaven.
Dude.
All dogs go to heaven memories.
Oh.
Well, no, all dogs go to heaven memories from my childhood. It's sticking with me even now. So, like, I know for sure something like that would like haunt them. Yeah, yeah. So, but you're right. It is like a lot of the same themes, as like some biblical.
What if somebody's pride and greed forced them to transform their daughter into a monster permanently, and then that daughter that you feel bad for is killed by somebody as a mercy killing on episode 4 of a kids show? Anyway,
a kids show, yeah.
Hey, buddy.
I don't know. I'm part of the generation that, you know, they literally sold children's toys from R-rated movie franchises. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
I had Terminator toys as a kid.
Yep.
So,
that's kind of funny. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
For like, well, my family had a weird thing. It's like my family didn't want us kids to miss out on good movies just because they had inappropriate things. So it was like, if it's violence, so long as it's not gore porn, it's fine. But if there's any actual say stuff, you guys close your eyes and we fast forward, and that's the family rule. And
that seems pretty fair.
Yeah. I think it's a fairly good compromise, because otherwise, if you cut out all movies with anything like that, then your kids are going to miss out on a lot of good movies.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough, like going into the modern age with kids now. It's like because we all had standards that we were raised with, and now it's like, well, how do I do this for my kids now? It's a kind of a hard thing to navigate. It's not. I thought I would have it in the bag, and I still mostly do. But
yeah, I mean, I don't have kids.
What about you, Robert? Did your what rules did your parents have for you growing up as far as watching movies? It sounds like you got away with a lot.
Yeah. Well, no, I was very smart for my age. Yeah, I was very like I was reading at like a college level. I was reading at like a 12th grade level in like 4th grade. So I was actually probably smarter than at least my mom. So because like I said, I couldn't really watch monster movies. I wasn't supposed to watch like horror movies, but for some reason they were fine with me watching like Death Wish or Arnold Schwarzenegger movies or Clint Eastwood movies.
Hey, how about we watch Commando and watch Arnold kill 900 brown people in one movie?
Yeah. Oh, I tell people to
chuck a saw blade to his head.
Commando. Because it's only a matter of time before that entire third act is declared a hate crime.
Yeah, Kahuna, I'm actually seeing kind of a common theme now that you mention that. Let's watch Total Recall and witness Arnold backhand his...
Actually, Arnold hits a lot of women in this movie.
A lot. He does a lot of things.
Predator, Commando.
Dude, he does a lot of things, yeah.
Well, in his defense, in Commando, he just heard a gun cock behind him and turned around and smacked,
It's always fair, but wait.
I don't know
I'm
why.
I'm not going to finish that. My lawyer says I shouldn't finish saying that. What I was about to say, so we're going to cut that off right there. It's like next comment. Kahuna says hitting women is probably fine.
Hey, Sean Connery said it.
5 no's and a yes.
Yes. Yeah, equality.
Slap.
Well, it's like I obviously don't hurt women, duh. Yeah. But defend yourself. If someone's hurting you, you have the right to defend yourself. It seems like it's something that should not, like a buddy of mine, his daughter, who he didn't have full custody with when I was younger, she beat up a boy at school. And then was making fun of him while she did it, saying, "Well, I'm a girl, you can't hit me," and that she would hit him. Oh, she got in so much trouble, and she deserved it, man. That's such a crappy thing to do.
Wow.
Oh, unbelievable. But...
Dude, I tell like my daughter Evelyn, like sometimes she puts hands on Theron, and it's like,
girl, Theron is strong and bigger.
No, but like luckily for her, Theron, he has a lot of self-control. He just gets mad and he walks away. And I told her not long ago, I said, one of these days you're going to cross the line and he's going to lay you out. And when he does, you're going to be the one in trouble, not him. Because I told you to keep your hands to yourself. Like, she will straight up like right full on from the rafters come at him sometimes. It's like that's
this is like the writing's on the wall with this one, sweetie. Yep. I don't think it's a good idea. It's like Elric is so sweet and so small compared to his brother, and like 3.5 year age difference. His brother did something, he went and like hit him on the leg, and Thorin just like laughs and rolls over. Doesn't matter, but I'm like, I brought Elric over. I'm like, hey, I like tapped him on the face like that, and he cried over that. It didn't hurt. He just didn't like the idea. He was so upset that he upset me. And I'm like, oh, you and your brother are so different. Anyway, don't do that to your brother. It's a bad idea. He's a lot bigger than you, and he's a lot way meaner than you'll ever be. So.
They always said my little brother was going to be bigger than me one day, but I think I'm still the biggest.
Well, you're skinny now, so big. Like, what do we mean big? I'm bigger than all of you.
Both of my younger brothers are like, bigger, but I mean, one of them has like health things, and the other one is I don't know. I think I got more muscle still, but I don't know. I don't know though. They got the weight. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 6'3" and 260 pounds, so
6 foot, 320.
Yeah.
I need to lose some weight, man. This is painful. It's a good time.
I was 5'11" in 4th grade.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's I'm not quite that early, but I was mostly done growing by the time I was in 6th and 7th grade. Yeah, and it's like when you're big, when you're young, people are like, oh, you're going to be a basketball player, and then in my case, I just stopped growing, and they're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, because it's well, it was funny because like my mom would carry my birth certificate in her purse because she got tired of arguing with like people at the movie theaters and stuff. Because like I'm like 10 and I'm the size of a full-grown man, and she'd be like, "Yeah, one adult, one child," and the kid behind the counter would be like, "Yeah, no." And she'd be like, "Quick, pull out the paperwork." Be like, "There you go. That's his birth certificate."
It's like, say hi, Robert. Hi.
I swear he's 10. I swear he's 10.
Yeah.
She's like, unless there are 3 of them in there in a trench coat. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? That spectrum of development. It's like
I was taller than most of my teachers.
That reminds me of something else that pissed me off recently. Apparently in Washington, if you have a child in the front seat, regardless of whether you can turn off the airbag or not, they have to be 13 to sit without a car seat in the front. I'm like,
stupid.
What do you mean? That has nothing to do with anything. Like, I was bigger than most adults when I was 10 or 11, 12. I was bigger than most adults. And you're saying my son has to be 13 before he can ride in the front seat of a truck with no airbag? F off, dude. I got pissed. Anyway, that was $400. That was fun. That was good. Dude, Washington is brutal right now. They've gotten me 3 times this year for things that are all like, I don't know about that, Chief.
Freaking communist, man.
Basically, yeah. We've just
New York State,
elected a socialist in Washington. In
Seattle. Oh, Robert, you're in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that going, Rob? I'm actually curious about this. How's your new? You gotta leave.
New York City.
Oh, New York State.
No, I mean I gotta leave New York State. If nothing else, just Well, just because if nothing else, like in addition to the everything else that I got jacked up in the Army, like fucking freaking brain, and I had to have both of my hips and the first 4 inches of my femurs replaced, and it's like I go outside now because it's like winter, and I'm like, why do I live here? It hurts to go outside. Why do I live here?
What part of New York?
Upstate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm nowhere. kind of a funny thing. Even us upstaters don't like New York City.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I know people from New York, and that's always been the case.
Dude, I've had buddies from Albany that don't like New York City.
Yeah. I just found out not that long ago that 1/3 of was it undomiciled CDLs in Minnesota are fraud, and I think like the federal government gave us like 30 days to fix it or some shit. So it's like, yeah, that's not good. That's breaking.
Don't leave New York for Minnesota.
Yeah. I wasn't planning on it because it'd be even colder.
Yeah.
Well, martial law is a coming, right?
Also, you notice in this conversation we're all complaining about our states, and Jarrod's real freaking quiet.
Jarrod's fine, yeah.
He has nothing to whine about.
Idaho's awesome.
You could whine about Coeur d'Alene, maybe, politically, but that's...
Idaho sucks. Don't. Idaho, it's the worst state ever. Don't even.
It's terrible. We hate it here. We hate it.
This reminds me of that scene from Metalocalypse where they're all going around talking about their family, and like the one's like, "Oh yeah, my family abandoned me in a dumpster," and the other one's like, "Oh my mom put cigarettes out on me," and blah blah blah. They're all going around, and then it gets to the vocalist, and then he's like, "My dad was awesome. I fucking love my dad." And then it like does a montage of them like eating ice cream together and doing fun shit,
having a good time.
Yeah. It's exactly how it is, dude.
Did you guys see that? I saw a clip from the upcoming Avatar: Fire and Ash movie, and military guy as an avatar is seducing the evil war chiefess with weapons, and it's a beautiful scene. He's like, you know what you could use?
That's accurate.
You guys could use explosives. I'm like, this is like every encounter with where modern culture modern warfare culture met ancient culture in all of human history.
Kahuna, what would have won them? Like, what would have won them 1,000 more points on the scoreboard is if they reversed that scenario so that the war chiefess or whatever, the queen or whatever, was approaching the other people asking for weapons, because I think happened a lot.
I don't have the full scene. I think that is something that happened.
Because that's some real shit right there. Especially like a chief with his daughter next to him saying, "Hey, you like this? We got some enemies, let's work something out here." That happened too.
Well, again, we just watched Chief of War. It's like, oh, I wonder how will we defeat these other evil Polynesian peoples? Well, what if the voice of Ku is speaking with a new voice, and what if that voice was the boom of a firearm? Yeah, that might do it. Yeah, be a shame if your Chief of War accidentally bought like multiple boxes worth of firearms for every one of your warriors. Be a shame if it caught everybody unawares. Yeah, it'd be a shame. Big shame.
I don't know, guys. I just hit order on Amazon and they all showed up.
Also, Jason Momoa is just gonna rip out a guy's tongue. That was brutal.
I should watch that.
Dude, we need to watch that scene. I'm gonna buy like one of the. I'm not going to, but I could buy a Chinese physical DVD copy of it that definitely is legal and licensed, and in theory it could be streamed on the Discord. That would be cool.
Theory, yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That would be totally fine. Yeah.
I was looking forward. I finally just asked Grok. I'm like, is there a legal physical way to buy a physical copy of Chief? He's like, no.
Like, oh, not at all, huh? No. Dang. Well, we'll figure it out.
Anyway, Robert, do you have any other books upcoming? When is the release, if you have one planned out?
I'm working on a couple of different things right now. I don't know how long it'll take.
Ooh.
Like the one that it's one of those stories that I kind of want to do, and I'm having kind of fun with it. On the other hand, I'm like, I'm going to get in so much trouble over this one.
Yeah.
like my elevator pitch for it is the Cannibal Holocaust meets Black Hawk Down.
Black Holocaust. Wait, I can't say that. I was trying to combine the names, and that's just a bad plan.
Black Hawk.
The Black Hawk.
Black Hawk Down in the movie. Yeah. But Cannibal Holocaust is one of the most notorious video nasties that has. Let's put it this way: it's one of the first found footage movies. It was in theater when it first came out in 1978, I think 80. Anyway, it was in Italian theaters for all of 10 days before it was pulled from theaters for obscenity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just people
while they were investigating the director for obscenity, he ended up getting charged with murder.
Oh, what? Was it legit?
No, it was not. Because it was one of the first. Well, because it was one of the first found footage movies. Okay. And so all the cast get graphically murdered on screen. I mean,
and they're just like,
and people are like, it's found footage. That means that it's real, right?
Well, no, because it was also one of the first ones. Nobody knew what they were looking at, and it didn't help him that when the movie came out, he had it written into all the actors' contracts that they would disappear for a year. They would drop off the face of it.
You'll disappear.
So basically, he's like, go on vacation for a year, go somewhere, don't let anybody see you.
That's a good.
So when he gets arrested for obscenity, the judge, the court, the police start looking at him, and they're like,
"Where are all your actors?
Yeah, where are your actors?"
I got
man
about
committed to the bit, dude.
That's
awesome.
I got only about a couple minutes left that I can chill, but you guys can go as long as you want.
My battery's about to die too.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well,
but it's like, yep, yes, it's funny.
That's legit. No, it's like for me. I remember the first time I saw a found footage flick. It was something a bit more recent, but everybody knows about it. It's the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
But I watched it the way that my father watched it, which is under the belief that it was just found footage that they compiled and put together and that it was real. And that makes the movie a lot scarier if you think of it.
It really does, yeah.
It was funny because that movie came out while I was actually in basic training at Fort Sill.
I was going to say, at that age.
Yeah, and a bunch of the guys got a pass to go to the movie theater, and they saw the Blair Witch Project because that's what was playing. And they came back and they're like, I don't know, man. Do you think that was real?
Right. That was the whole thing.
They kind of marketed it that way.
Dude, they can't. Dude, they legally can't show movies where somebody died.
Yeah, and it's the same with Paranormal Activity.
Snuff films at the theater, so yeah.
It was the same with Paranormal Activity too. I remember there was at least
a
few people that were like,
there were people who said that, but it wasn't treated in the same global way as it was because not to the same degree.
Yeah, it's scary, but I mean, it's I hate found footage movies, but I mean, I can see why they're so popular.
If you got a good concept,
and if it turns into the
it's cheap and
it's cheap. Well,
it's cheap to film. It's cheap to, but it's like there's so much slop you have to go to find really good analog or like found footage horror. It's really tough, and it's like working on the project with Jarrod. It's interesting too. It's like he's like, all right, so you're a cop in town, you hate my character, but I'm a method actor, so I'm gonna beat the shit out of you on camera. It was just a really unusual process I'd never gone through.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome. I mean, hey, it works great on film though.
I know it looks great. I'm still missing that tooth. We never found it, but
yeah. But hey, guys, I have a lot of packing to do. We are starting the moving process. We just closed on the house. The money's transferred. It's ours, basically. Just got to go finish it. And we're starting all that tomorrow, bright and early. So
you got to fight all those meth heads in there and get them out, clear them out, and then bring your stuff in.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Because that's all that you'll find in like countryside of Minnesota. What else to do in the wintertime? Am I right?
Freeze to
So, yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna go pack. You guys enjoy the rest of the show.
Yep.
Nice hanging out, Rob. Thanks for coming. Thanks for. I hope you had fun at practice, Jarrod. And yeah, I can ramble on about my album, but I'll do that next week.
yes.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah.
Peace out, brother. Take it easy. All right, Robert. Yeah, we can do final shills and then send you on your way since your battery's dying. Yeah, final shills. Any projects, yours or other people's, you want to shout out and things of that nature, man. It's a blast.
Let's see. Yeah, I gave my link to my book sales page. Go there. I've got a bunch of stuff. I've got a Substack. I don't charge for anything on there, but I don't know how I can get that link to you.
Sweet.
Let me see.
You could send it in the private chat on here if you like.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I'm working on, I'm slowly working on stuff. It's kind of a struggle, but I get stuff done eventually. Yeah.
No, I feel you, man. But you have a body of work. You have 2 different series. You have clear delineated interest, and I'd love to read one of your books and see if it's up my alley.
Yeah, I keep like one of my short stories. I keep saying I should turn it into a movie. I actually found like a cheap way to do it, but most of it.
I don't approve, but AI is getting better and better, man.
Well, no, I was talking about like instead of filming it, like it have because it's a military story, have helmet, guys running around with GoPros on their helmets.
Yep.
Oh, like helmet cam, yeah.
The main thing is I can't get around the big, the big finale in the third act would require way more than the socially acceptable level of 0 arson. So
that's a great way to put it. The socially acceptable level of arson, which is 0, would require somewhat more than that.
Yeah.
I've definitely never seen my grandpa burn all the hair off the front of his body before with a definitely legal gasoline yard fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a blast, man. And thanks for sending us the links. And
I don't know how to get the Substack to you guys, but I'll see what I can do. I should have done that before this, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, because battery's about to die here on my laptop. So
very cool, man.
Thanks
for hanging out, Robert.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Appreciate
Absolutely, man. Thanks for giving us an opportunity to watch this old classic film.
Yeah.
I regret not looking at the fact that there were multiple versions of this movie.
Yeah.
Dude, it was long. Like Jarrod, it was like it was either 2 hours
that one.
30 or 40.
It's
long, the version I watched.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen that one you're talking about. It drags in places.
Oh, just a bit. I'm like, I've seen old movies, but this is a lot.
Yeah.
Jarrod, any shills before we close out this week, my man?
No new shills. Just we film. We have 2 bigger set pieces to film.
Very large
for the trailer, and we're doing one Sunday, and then as soon as I find a replacement pilot, we got a green light this week to shoot at the airport. So we'll get our plane footage done. So yeah, the new trailer is all the filming is nearly done for the new trailer. So that's exciting.
It looks so good, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked, dude.
I'm still going to add some definitely non-comedic sound effects to that silent version you sent me. Just for giggles. It'd be fun. Just you running through it. just nonsense, man. It'd be a good time. But yeah, as for me, man, I've been posting my Spirit Saturday videos every week, trying to keep up something consistency there. Got my anime and manga content coming up as well, and just general fun shorts on my channel. I do eventually want, sometime in the next year, I want to have a home office, and then I could do more longer form and reaction content like I like, instead of having to regulate it only to my short content. But that is ongoing and ever present, so do check that on my channel, The Ultimate Kahuna. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been another fine show on the Iron Seas podcast. Join us next Tuesday at 6:30 PST, the Lord's time. If you enjoy Kahuna Nipples and good movie discussions, be there.